Hi, I'm Annina, one of the facilitators at the Coloring, Art, and Creativity group that meets every Thursday from 1 to 3 p.m. in the main branch of the Huntington Library, in the meeting room downstairs. And we've been meeting now, I think, for about 4 years. We started out as a pure coloring group, and now it's turned into a place where people can bring coloring, painting projects, really any kind of creative project, and you get some feedback or some input, listen to a little music, and just have a good time. So hope to see you there as soon as the library reopens. Again, that's Thursdays from 1 to 3 p.m. In the meantime, one of the positive things about the social distancing is that perhaps you've had a chance to sit down in a little corner of your house or your apartment and do some kind of creative experimenting or projects that you've been meaning to do, or just sit down and have a little fun, and maybe you have a little extra time. So here I am in my creative corner, and I thought it might be fun to share 2 quick tricks with you. These little tricks will give your coloring a little boost, or maybe your painting. And they're easy, and you can be inventive and resourceful. It doesn't have to be exactly what I say, but it's just a chance to give your work a new look and give it some texture. So these 2 tricks are about texture. The first one that I want to talk about is glue. I'm sure you've got some glue. I'm going to show you, you probably have Elmer's, maybe. Or my favorite is the Elmer's Clear. And then there's, excuse me, one other kind of glue. This is a archival glue. I didn't even know it existed. You probably don't have it. But just so you know, it's great if you're going to be doing a piece for an exhibition, or if you're thinking maybe somebody will buy your piece. This is good because it's going to last a lot longer and be sturdier. So with glue and adding texture, all you got to do is maybe make have a few sample sheets, a few scrap papers, and you just, squeeze the glue on. I think dots are one of the best ways to start. And of course, you got to let it dry, preferably overnight. But here, for instance, I glued on I just dropped some dots in. And in this particular painting, I want to make it look like a window. But you can do other designs. For instance, here are the dots. You can do zigzags with the glue, curves, swirls. Here's a meander pattern. And then you see here, it had dried, and I put some pencil over it, some paint. You can use pastel. All different mediums. So this is just a fun thing to do. And if you've got a ready-made coloring page, like this was, it gives some interest because the design is so simple. But here you can add some dots with the glue, and up here for the sky, I decided to add a few swirls. And finally, just a few more paintings. You got some more dots here for the background. Some dots. More dots. Dots are good. And here finally, if you get fluent, I'm not sure how well this worked, but you can actually outline figures and things. Maybe if you're doing a ghost or something like that, that can work. And all of these, I think I put watercolor over the glue, the dried glue. All right, now the next trick, the second and the last trick for texture is going to be scratching. So let me just put these to the side. And for the scratching, what I like to use is an awl. I have an awl because I was doing some framing. It's often in your toolbox. But you can get very creative. This, I think, came from a clay set. It has actually 2 sides, sort of a rounder side and a pointed side. You can use a needle, an embroidery needle. Sometimes some wood. This is a wood thing, again from clay. And you can also use maybe a chopstick, a blunt knife, a fork. Again, you want to use some scrap papers first to experiment a bit. I always just keep pieces of paper around. And for this, you probably want to have a hard surface, like a nice, tough cardboard. You don't want to use, where did I have it? Corrugated. You don't want to use that, and I'll show you why. The minute you put a piece of paper on there and you start scratching, it can punch in. So use a sturdier kind of cardboard. And then, just don't be afraid to make some bold marks. See how it looks. And then if you just experiment with it, just get a very nice texture. Again, you can do it with pencil or paint, pastel. And again, you can do the swirls, lots of little dots. That's easy too. Sketch it in. Can't really see it so well, but you get the idea. And I just wanted to show you one thing here. This also is a ready-made coloring page. And I just thought I want to give it some background. I want to make it look dramatic, give it some, this was supposed to be smoky because it was one of the animals from the wildfires in Australia. And so I just made lots and lots of little scratches. And then had fun with layering colored pencil. Anyway, those are just 2 ideas. Maybe there'll be some more. And in the meantime, thanks so much for watching. And I hope that you stay creative. Thanks so much.